Yo, yo, yo. Right on time. Merry Christmas. Right on time. Yeah. I know originally the stream was supposed to start at 1 a.m., but it's Christmas time. So I said, I got to show up early for my people. And that's what I did. That's what the heck I did. You know what I'm saying? How are we, everyone? Good morning. One Piece is out a little late. One Piece is out a little late. But either way, we are here to talk chapter 1170. Of course, I wasn't sure if the chapter is going to come out this week. But it did. It did. Christmas was pretty good. I think for me, as long as I get to spend time with family and we are relatively healthy, it's all good. It's all good. Hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody got everything they wanted to get. I mean, of course, that's not really what Christmas is about, but that's kind of what it's been made to be. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we're here for One Piece. Yo, son, I hope you had a good Christmas. Hype piece incoming. Facts. I had a great Christmas, son. I had a great Christmas. Everything was good. There's a little bug going around. So a few people had the bug, the flu, so it's like, small things. Nothing too major. Nothing we can't deal with. So, overall, a pretty good Christmas. It's been a bug. Like everybody, everybody in my household has gotten some sort of the flu or a bug or something. I haven't gotten it yet. I hope I don't get it. But everybody's kind of come down with something. But so, all in all, it's all good. It's all good. So, stop, bro. Stop. Hey, Scatter, appreciate you, my G. Also tomorrow is the top 30 strongest One Piece characters of all time. All right, we get into that tomorrow. We're gonna have the boys. Boys are gonna be pulling up for the top 30. I've heard some opinions already that I think that I vehemently disagree with, and I'm just like, here's the thing. Yo, Austin, I appreciate you, my G. To hockey up, nigga. Little niggas. Here's the thing. Here's why I think this year is going to be way more contentious than other years. We've never done an all-time list before. The closest thing we've done to an all-time list was the One Piece draft. I think that was like, it has to be close to 3-4 years ago at this point. Maybe 5. I don't remember exactly. But even that, we were all pulling from the same pool of characters. With this list, everybody has their own list, and it's an all-time list trying to scale how each character matches up with legends of the past. Right? So, like, I think going into the top 30, because even I started to make my list, right? And going into the top 30 every year, I have an idea of who I'm going to have in my top 10. Right now, I'm kind of stuck. Because I'm like, how do I rank this character? Should I rate the legend higher, right? This person has a particular thing. Is it better than this legend, right? What about this character that we haven't seen that much from? Are they all time? So, it's tricky. However, What I like is that conversations are going to happen because it's relatively new. Conversations will be happening from 30 to 1. Because I think everybody may have a similar one, but I don't know. I don't know, because I have somebody that's talking about their number one. I'm like, I don't even have that person top 10. So, yeah, Gorosei is only one spot. One spot for the Gorosei, no Emu, no Joe Boy. So, okay, here's what's gonna happen. We're probably gonna argue the 30 to 20 for like 4 or 5 hours, and then we're gonna be like, let's probably just do 5 at a time. All right, let's do 5 at a time so we can get out of here. We have families, right? We have families. I don't know. I don't know if Wing is making it this year. I hope I hit Wing up. I hope that he can make it. He might be able to make it. But because Wing's top 30 is crazy. Wing's all-time top 30? I don't know. I think the best top 30 you've done, that's so difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Because what genuinely happens is I'll be like, oh my God, this past year was the best we've ever done. And then the next year gets even crazy. I would say like the one that felt really good because niggas had to really kind of get into their bag as far as explaining was when we had the spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet had like people were putting in their rankings and the overalls with the categories. I don't know if y'all remember that year. That was a really interesting year because you can't just throw shit in. Now you got to explain it. All right, you have this person at 29. All right, big boy, where you got his Haki at? You know what I'm saying? Like now you got to really explain it. So, I did have Old Beard in that spreadsheet. I did. But I was using him as like a measuring stick. So, but it was fun. No, I don't think it was last year. I don't think we used a spreadsheet last year. I think it was the year before last. Right. That was the year where Steve was like, I don't know, man. I put the numbers in and this what it is. That's what Steve was deferring. He's like, this is what the numbers say. I don't know. Like, so, you know, good stuff. I think what we're going to do this year is kind of get a snapshot of 2024. We're going to get a snapshot of 2024 before we start 2025 list, just to see where we were, right? Just to see where like a lot of people were in their rankings and how they had different characters. So that's going to be like the beginning, and then we're just going to get into it. I have no idea where a lot of people are going to start with their 30. No idea. Because again, this is all-time 30. Somebody might start with Green Bull at 30. And it might be legitimate, right? They might start with Zora at 30. If you think Zora's already top 30 all time, right? Or they could start with somebody like Cat. So, yeah, okay. Here's my plan for the regular top 30. I plan to do 2 top 30 collabs. I did one already with Sai. And the other one, I'm not going to say who it's with, but it should be fun. All right? It should be fun. Is Katakuri my top 30 all time? I don't know. A top 30 collab with Ty? Y'all, I like my sanity. I love my sanity, actually. Right? I love my sanity. The speed and Moist Critical. Hey, One Piece been on the Twitter sphere, right? One Piece been on the Twitter sphere this week, right? And I saw Speed in the trenches, man. Speed in the trenches. Because he had I think he had Shanks top 1. And y'all know what happens. Y'all know what happens when somebody says Shanks is top 1, man. It's just It's just like moths to a flame, bro. Moths to a flame. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the thing is, it was a rehash of conversations that we've had for the past 10 years. You know, and I'm like, oh, to be young again, right? To have that vigor, to be boxing everybody in the comment section, not caring. You know? Shout out to Speed, man. Shout out to Speed. And I think we saw the bad side of the One Piece community where you had people that were like, I think Senna came out and said she's going to read One Piece. Of course, Mr. Beast said he's going to read One Piece. And, you know, Speed was talking about One Piece. And it had some people that were mad at it. That were trying to say, like, y'all not real One Piece fans. Shut up, nigga. Shut up. Y'all niggas so annoying. If, like, some of the most popular people on the internet are saying they're going to read One Piece or they're starting to read One Piece, what is y'all niggas doing? Like, I don't understand people that, like, you want somebody to read your series, but then when certain people start doing it, you have a problem with it. Like, shut up. Or why you reading One Piece? Or why you watching One Piece? Shut up. Let niggas do what they gotta do. I think the only time somebody that watches One Piece or whatever, when you start getting into like the trenches as far as like deep conversations, and it's like, and even One Piece, it's the anime. Like, who fucking cares? Like, if that's what they want to watch, let them watch it. Now, if niggas start reading the manga and they're skipping arcs, then we got a problem. Then it's like, yo, you're missing like part of the story. If you're watching One Piece that cuts out all the bullshit, let them do it. But either way, One Piece was in the news, all over the news, or the Twitter, the X. I don't care how somebody catches up to One Piece. Only thing, my thing is just like don't skip anything. Like, if you truly want to enjoy the series, don't skip anything. If One Piece is how you want to do it, bro, I'd probably recommend One Piece. The One Piece anime is very, very slow. It's gotten a lot better, but that shit used to be buns at certain spots. If that's what you got to do to get through it, do it. I don't like some One Piece fans are weird, but we knew that. We knew that. Healthy old beard is still the strongest Yonko. Healthy old beard is the strongest Yonko. Where? No, he's not. He's not. No. But Radnod's join assemble. I appreciate you, my boy Draco. What's happening, brother? What's happening? We in the trenches with the fantasy football, you know what I'm saying? We got some games tomorrow, then some games Sunday, and a game Monday. We'll talk. Either way, had some trash games yesterday, though. Oh my God, all the games are terrible. Every single game. Say Luffy's at least top 15 all time. Here's what I say, right? I don't know exactly where my list is or where Luffy is on my list yet. But here's what I'll say. Every time I put Luffy at a certain spot in my head, I think about the time limit. Every time I do it, I think about the time limit. And then I start to ponder, damn, can this person beat Luffy before the time limit? And normally it's a yes. Typically, it's a yes. And that's the only thing holding him back. But I haven't gone that far down the list doing this yet, but you know. Yo, Raph, what's happening? 26 months, famo. Say Merry Christmas, brother. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a great time with family. I appreciate it. Roner, Soriano, 7761 join famo. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Yo, Keenan. What's happening? 39 months, my guy. He said Brago be trying to scare Luffy and start seeing the white rabbit with the clock meme. Dead ass, though. Real shit. He said, who's beating Luffy in Gear 5th under the time limit besides Emu? Kizaru. It happened. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to think about it. We got to really think about it. This happened already. It happened. So I don't know. It's like that's the main thing holding me back from like really putting Luffy really high. To them UPS dudes deserve the chair. I agree. And I typically don't believe in that. But watching that video, Breezy, what's happening? He said, "Be careful with the JJK." Yo, I haven't read Medulo yet, but I was gonna do a binge next week. So, all right, I'll put that in my my mute list on Twitter. Renaj says, been reading One Piece since 2005. 50 One Piece tattoos later, man, seeing One Piece merch now popping up in-game shops is wild. More people in the community is fire. Merry Christmas from Australia. Yo, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. 05 is crazy. 05 is crazy. 05, at 2005, I was still like traversing my way through anime, right? I think I tried One Piece and I didn't like it. So this was like the Naruto days. Now, this was the Naruto days where I'm like, you know, watching Naruto, and then we start getting into more long-running anime, right? Naruto was kind of the intro to that. I wasn't even in the trenches of One Piece yet. Folks think MattB is only watching because he has a Netflix deal coming to promote the live action. So, if one of the more popular people on the internet is watching One Piece, even if it's for promotion, it's promoting a One Piece IP. Oh, you're not watching it for the right reason. The fact that Mr. Beast, even if it's an ad or promotion, fucking so? Ask Sakamoto Days fans if they'd like Mr. Beast to tweet about it and change his profile picture to Taro Sakamoto. What about Kagurabachi fans? What about Chojin X fans? What about Kingdom fans? Bro, at the end of the day, I speak for myself. For series that I love, all I literally want is for other people to read it and like it. And it's such a satisfying feeling when something you like, somebody picks it up and they like it and they start talking about it. It's like, I told you, nigga. I told you. So to see all these people, who's caught up recently? Moist Critical, Kev on Stage, are two people that I was following. I think Hassan. People that I was following or seeing clips of them talking about One Piece and how initially a lot of people are reluctant. Right? They're like, oh, I don't know about this. I'm just going to do it just to do it to kind of prove y'all this shit is not that good. And then they start watching it and then they're like, hold up, yo. Hold on. This shit kind of good. It's kind of good. Yeah, Kev on Stage, I think he just got past Dressrosa. Or he's in Dressrosa. Right? I think Kevin's in Dressrosa right now. Zikor, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Why gatekeep One Piece? Why are you gatekeeping One Piece, bro? This is what we wanted. Yeah, hey. Do you think the straw has to go to space? Yes. But I think it's going to be a montage. I think Oda's going to make a space montage, but I think it's going to be more of a joke than anything. And I think all of them are going to make the NL face, and NL is going to make the NL face again once they get to space. I don't think it's going to be a super serious arc. Or I don't even think it's going to be an arc. It's going to be like a quick montage. Like, NL's not going to believe they see the Straw Hats in space. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. When I'm watching like different interviews from different people, and they're like, people in different industries, and they start talking about One Piece, I'm like, it's here. Finally it's here. So I'm never going to like gatekeep somebody reading One Piece or how they choose to enjoy the story. I mean, this is good, bro. This is great. Proud. I'm like, bro, we created this, right? All this, we created this. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. Fuck yeah. Read One Piece. Fucking happy. Bro, it's everywhere. One Piece is everywhere now. Literally everywhere. Yeah, this weekend, we're having a watch party. Watch party for the final episode of One Piece as a long-running anime. Watch party on Twitch. 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Watch party. So pull up. This is the last episode ever, I think. Personally, I think this is the last episode ever that we will see of a long-running anime. Ever. This is the last episode. This is the last time that it will be an episode and expect it from an anime every single week. It's done. This is the end of an era, literally. And I'm kind of torn about it, right? I'm kind of torn about it because, man, it's been a ride, right? It's been a ride, like just long-running anime, where it's straight up every single week, right? And you know it's going to come out like a TV show, right? Coming out is a TV show, but coming out every single week. Now, of course, it comes with its issues, right? Because the pacing, the animation, the inconsistencies, but you knew it was coming out. That's done with. No One Piece till April. We seasonal now. So I expect a jump in quality. And so it's overall good, but you know, can't help but get a little emotional. The expert, Blaze, you say, do you think Oda finishes One Piece well? What you mean? Yeah, April 5th. Yeah, I don't think we get the flashback till 2027. But the quality is going to be better. The pacing is going to be the same, but the quality is going to be better. Oh, will he still continue? I don't think Oda can stop. Not that Shueisha or they're going to force him to keep going. I think he just can't stop because the story is so vast. So I think they're going to be iterations based off of One Piece. Different worlds. They're going to kind of get into different specials, different we're gonna see some stuff like Dragon Ball Daima, where it's gonna be One Piece. It's gonna be taking One Piece characters and put them in a certain space. It's gonna be like, well, it's not the canon story; it's its own thing. It's gonna happen. So, your Brown Sound, thank you, man. So you're a fan of you're a fan of the Black Clover ending. I didn't even know about the Black Clover ending. I'll be honest with you. I'm not caught up with Black Clover, but I saw a bunch of people complaining about it, and that continues the narrative of like what really ends well, right? I think here's the thing, guys. I really think Two Piece is happening. I really do. I really think Two Piece is happening. It's just too much money with the IP. It's too much money with the IP, so I think Two Piece is gonna happen. I saw that Bwaka. I saw that they were forcing Mayumi Tanaka to continue voice acting Luffy. I had a major issue with that. Personally, I don't think they should involve any of the voice actors, any of the main voice. Okay. Here's what I think. I don't think any of those main Straw Hat voice actors should voice any super popular characters. If anything, you have them in random cameos, right? You bring them in, then random cameos for like random characters. That brings back nostalgia. Why the hell are you making the One Piece if you're still bringing over Luffy's original voice actor? Why are we doing something new then? What is the entire point? What the hell is the point? If we're going to bring back Tanaka to voice Luffy, what are we doing? Get somebody new, somebody younger. Like, what is that? What the hell is the point? If we're going to do the One Piece and it's going to have a completely different feel, etc., do it differently. If you try to copy One Piece and you're bringing in Tanaka, then who else are you going to bring in? You have Zora's voice actor. He's going to be voicing Mihawk, right? You have Sanji voicing King. What? Like, I think, obviously, it's hard to think about Luffy without thinking of the original voice actor. But my thing is, like, why do something different then? If you're just gonna bring the same voice, I don't get it. I don't get it. And so, like, is it gonna be overlap? Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. So then what if Zoro says, "Oh, I want to keep voicing Zoro"? You bring Zoro back? Now you got the entire Straw Hat. The entire Straw Hat crew is the same voice actors. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I was like, whatever. Isn't it weird that Chopper's the same devil fruit as? As far as it, I mean, it's not the exact same. That was bad when they didn't even try having Frankie's new voice actor sound similar. I'm saying, and we got used to it real quick. We got used to it. So I know, let them do their thing. Like, if you're gonna do it. Like, either way, One Piece chapter 1170. Let's get to it. I heard this was a special one. Somebody mentioned, and they said the spoilers, they sound crazy and fake. I also think it's crazy that Tanaka can't deny it. Bro, she been doing this for so long. Like, let her rest. Let her rest. Here we go. One Piece 1170. Ooh. I hate that I don't notice many people in this picture. I hate it. Where I only notice, obviously, Luffy, Chiro, Taro, and this is the guy. This got to be from Medulo. I believe I've seen this person before. I don't notice anybody. I don't notice anybody else. I gotta read some more. Jump, some more Shonen Jump manga. I just got caught up to Kagurabachi. I'm actually starting a new manga. A new manga to catch up to on Patreon. I haven't revealed what it is yet. So yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Here we go. Contradictions. Cover request by 420 Ian. 420. Jinbei as a ticket clerk for an eel train serving bentos. Oddly enough, I think this fits Jinbei really well. I'm just watching Gakiakata for now. Funny enough, I went back and I rewatched the final episode, and I missed some major things, especially after the end credit scene. I didn't realize it initially, but holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, that was okay. Okay. So, yeah. I'm not gonna spoil, but jeez. That's like, oh my god. But yeah, Jinbei, this is cool. Ooh, oh, those are the straw hats. This is One Piece Daima. Okay, here we go. The hammer's sneak attack. Okay, bastard, who threw that hammer? Come on out. Gotta be someone here. Whatever, I have to eat devil fruit. Yo, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way it's that heavy. Okay, first off, okay, this got to be perspective because that hammer looks freaking huge. The hell is going on? Is this decrepit old castle just falling apart? Your efforts are futile, Loki. Generations of rulers have watched over that devil fruit. Yet for centuries it has gone uneaten. Not by choice, but because no one could eat it. Ragnar simply hasn't anyone worthy. But with my current strength, Copper and Shanks getting in his body. It says generations of rulers have watched over that fruit. Okay. Those wounds are already causing him a lot of pain. His healing ability is struggling to keep up. Shanks looks worried about him. Don't let up and he'll eventually be driven into a corner. Folks like him are weak to Conqueror's Haki coding. All right. All right. All right. All right. Chapter certified 10 out of 10. You know how you figure out everything? Just more Haki. I was watching Dragon Ball Z and like I find it hilarious that every time it's an issue or Goku comes across an issue, Kamehameha. It could be a fire burn. It could be a fire burning up a house. Kamehameha. That's Haki. Every time you need a solution to something, I thought this was enough Haki. No, more Haki. It's fine, I guess. Folks like him are weak to Conqueror's Haki coding. Okay. You dare oppose me? You bet. We can't just let you run wild just because you've gone crazy. Nah, facts, Zakor. Yavan-san, you're familiar with the weaknesses of the Knights of God? Oh! I can't remember how many times they tried to take you back. That red-haired boy, we know you have him. He looks just like our captain's son. Hand him over. Back then, I'd slice him up and we'd send him packing. Ah. I know. I know Sai somewhere is like, why? They were blasting off again every week, apparently. He said, I can't remember how many times they tried to take you back. Oh my God. Oh my God, they're so fucking trash. Oh. Oh my God. Congratulations. Oh, wow. I just think it's funny because of how much these niggas was gassed when they showed up. And come to find out they team right. Even when Garling isn't in the chapter, he loses. Have you seen a group fall from grace this hard? The closest group, damn, what is the name of that group, y'all? That group they sent for Uvo in Hunter x Hunter. Damn, what's the name of that group? Y'all know what I'm talking about. With Worm and god damn. That's the only group. The Shadow Bees. Oh my god, these Shadow Bees. Yo, they were gassing the hell out of these Shadow Bees, y'all. Oh my, I'm like, yo. They about to do some ass. Oh. That's crazy. And here's the thing. Here's the crazy part. The Holy Knights only got gassed because of people's hate for the admirals. Genuinely. Like, as soon as the Holy Knights showed up, they was like, oh, stronger than the admirals. All of them. Every single one. So because of people's hate for the admirals, they were just ready. Stronger than all the admirals. And so it's like, it comes with an expectation. And right now, they're not living up to the expectation. But they only got placed here because of how people feel about the app. I'm just like, yo, Monkey D Gaming. Monkey D6 Gaming said Cypher Pole are better than these Holy Knights. For me, same thing. But I'd say Cypher Pole is better because at least Cypher Pole is an immortal, right? They're out there fighting as flesh and blood. These guys got hacks, and they still getting packed up. But this is important lore, though. Vodka said, Holy Knights, prepare for trouble and make it double. Meow. Somebody need to do fucking dress up the Holy Knights as Team Rocket, because holy hell. Oh yeah, that Sommers guy did mention something like that. Those were the days. Frankly, it's surprising that a fighting force like that originates from the Holy Land. Most celestial dragons are useless. Okay, so Scopper is giving them a little bit of credit. Scopper is giving them some credit. He said, like, I'm surprised that a fighting force from like that comes from the Holy Land. Those guys consider themselves divine, living sedentary lives, and keeping well clear of our world. Shanks feels like a different character. Like, Shanks feels, I don't know, profound. Like, I don't know what it is. It was different. I mean, of course, this is like a much younger Shanks, right? But he feels different. Meanwhile, my life's always giving me chills. Huh. Meanwhile, my life's always giving. You can call that fate. Yeah, he seems like green, inexperienced, softer, right? I don't know. I feel like Shanks, when we see him, at times, obviously, he's super jovial, but when he locks in, it feels a lot colder. Like, he might have been weaker with the second arm. all right. That's enough. Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. But if something's gonna make you lock in, it's losing an arm. Right? Oh, the other translation said that could have been my whole life. It's something to think about. Like if I could have had the high life, the easy life, and now all of a sudden, like my life is just super difficult because of the path I chose. You know, I think that's more realistic to at least ponder that, right? Yaban-san, I want to save Harold. You're the one who told me how hopeless it is when someone becomes a knight of God. I'm afraid Loki's our best bet. Don't make me repeat myself. Move it, Hammer. So you're basically the National Treasure's guardian? How can you even move? What is going on? I am so over this. Ugh, my hammer. It's a fucking. The fuck? Wait, wait. So that the hammer is a. What the? Bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I about to say a squirrel. We wait. So he. So this damn chipmunk been holding off niggas for generations. I love One Piece. Only in One Piece where like a chipmunk gets upscaled to all hell. That this damn whatever is squirrel chipmunk it has been holding off niggas from eating this legendary devil fruit. I mean, the fact that it was giving Loki all he could handle, this squirrel got to be powerful. I mean, if I had to power scale the squirrel, I put it right beneath like Catacurry. But all right, okay, be gone. How are we supposed to end this? Well, honestly, I've never fought one of his conquerors too. Uh, okay. I'm gonna say it. Yes, Katakuri is stronger than Squirrel Near. I don't know what y'all talking about. Katakuri is stronger than Squirrel Near. Um, you just gonna have this nigga dangling in some mochi, bro. Squirrel Near got no chance. So he says he's never fought a god knight with conquerors. So does that mean so Somers doesn't have it? Garland don't have it either. All right. I mean, we don't know if he fought Garland, but that's I okay, how do I feel? I feel like the Hammer would give Prime Kaido a hard time, bro. Bro, like y'all gotta stop playing with Kaido's name. I think y'all play with Kaido too much. That's how I feel. Y'all play with Kaido and Big Mom too much. Y'all play with Kaido and Big Mom's names too much, bro. Stop it. That's enough. Kaido gonna take a few hits from this squirrel and be like, mm, boy, bruh, stop playing. Stop playing. Soldier, stop Harold. We can't allow him to get his hands on that devil fruit. Oh, I was gonna say conquerors. Con- um, it says Harold said he needed Emu's power up to fight Ragnar. Um, well, Harold is canonically an idiot, so I don't know if we can take Harold's like basis, Harold's claims as fact. You know, I'm just, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't think Harold is an idiot. I do not think that. Um, But I think what Oda's doing with Squirrel Near is like almost meaningless upscale. Where like Harold's like, but with my current strength. Where it's like before no one has eaten it because Ragnar hasn't deemed anyone worthy. So now he's saying with my current strength, I can defeat it. He's implying that he's tried to eat the fruit or eat the fruit before, and Ragnar didn't let him. Squirrel Near didn't let him. You know, it's almost useless upscale, but you know, we'll rock with it. Squirrel Near top 10 all time. All right, all right. Soldier, stop Harold. Oh, that's Harold. We can't allow him to get his hands on that devil fruit. It's such a silly premise. Wait. So Squirrel Near just let him do it just because he gave him well I say Munku. Gave him a knot? That's all it took? That's all it took. One swing of Loki's hammer, and then Squirrel Near gives up? Or now you're worthy? Um okay. Okay. The Loki eats it. I don't okay. I do have an issue with this. I do have slightly an issue with it. Maybe we get some more explanation as to why he was deemed worthy at some point. Because it just feels trivial. Um, like why is Loki worthy? Um, and then I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Eat it, Loki. Show me its legendary power. Okay, all right. All right. Okay. It is. I'm trying to follow what's happening. Okay. All right. And then he gets kicked. Harold. Oh, he's beating Harold's ass. Is he? I knew it, Loki. You have the blood of a conqueror flowing out of you. Wait, so because Loki didn't have conquerors off of his hammer before, so I guess Ragnar is bringing it out of him. Is Ragnar like Enma? I don't think it's about strength. It's like being worthy. Rox was confident Harold could eat it. Moves he moves manipulation, messing with his brain. Oh, he did. Wait, he used it versus Ragnar. My bad. I didn't even notice that. Harold said, I knew it. You have the blood of a conqueror flowing inside of you. If you've come back to your senses, then won't last. Drop your guard. Look around. I'm beyond redemption anyway. Oh, it won't last. Don't drop your guard. We're being controlled, weren't you? Not quite. It's more like that thing is influencing thoughts. I started to consider myself a god. You have what it takes to lead Albath well. Try to get along more with your brother, though. First, you know that? Having your son take your life? What kind of father does that? One last thing I almost forgot. I want to thank you. I wanted to thank you about Ida. What are you burning down Alcohol Village didn't make it better, but I was touched by how much. Hurry, it's taking me over again. I'll never forgive you for making dirty work. That's fucking beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Uh. That is beautiful. And that really matters. Future. Um, I think Loki is catapulting himself really up the list. I he's really moving up for me. Um, this is clearly lightning. I I maybe has to grow on me a little bit. I did not like the back and forth between him and Loki and Harold, or not even a back and forth, the beatdown. Uh, Panel of Shanks defeated. Is that like the one where they say, "Look, I'm beyond redemption"? Is it that one? I can't even see it properly. Is that Shanks and Scopper? I don't look. The Loki has. He's like. This nigga look like Anubis. Um, I it's like, what is it? So Ragnar has a fruit and Loki has a fruit. I so when Usopp gets this hammer, stay on your side. Um, what side though? Like, I believe in Usopp. I believe in Usopp. I believe in Usopp. I just think he's ass. But I'm okay with that. I've just accepted him for who he is. Now there's gonna be some random things that happen where he gets like some W's, but I believe in Usopp. I just don't herald him. I don't herald him like a lot of people do, just because, I think he's cool. Just stay on that side when he gets a hammer. Yo, the last thing y'all want is for Usopp to get Ragnar's hammer, because then Ragnar is gonna get so downscaled. Y'all not gonna tell me this is the same squirrel near that was fighting against top tiers, or not even top tiers, leaders. This nigga Usopp gonna turn like Squirrel near into a bum. And I love Usopp, right? No, I don't love Usopp. I like Usopp. I like Usopp a lot. I don't love Usopp. I'll be lying. J2X said one chapter removed 90% of characters from relevance. No conquerors. I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie, J2, J2X, J2XX. That's kind of been the case. Like, okay, here's the thing. Conquerors is starting to feel like a prop almost. Or a story item. Okay? Where it's a story item that's necessary to kind of move the plot along. Where, hey, you have conquerors, then you can do it. It's like the key. Right? It's like the key. So it's kind of, I hate to say it, but it feels not like a gimmick, but I don't know. That the kids, it's become the cost of admission. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, it's losing its luster. Unfortunately. Like when Scopper said, all right, I know before when Conqueror's Haki was mentioned, I used to be like, oh shit. Right? So when Harold mentions Conquerors, and then Scopper mentions Conquerors, when he's like, folks like him are weak to Conqueror's Haki coding. Before I used to be like, oh now I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. I think it's kind of like when Goku first gets Super Saiyan, and like he's a Super Saiyan, it's like, yo, he's a Super Saiyan. But now it's like, okay, you got Conqueror's Haki. Okay, cool. It's only recently we've seen it used offensively, so it's not, I don't think it's that bad. Recently in the story, but for us, it's been like 3-4 years. It's become like just that the end thing to be used for relevance. It's almost like a ticket, right? It's like a ticket to get into the relevance club. And if you don't have Conqueror's Haki, not even Conqueror's Haki, if you don't have Conqueror's Haki coding, you're not getting into the relevance club. Now, if you have Conqueror's Haki, there's a way in which that you can probably, they put you on the list. They put you on the waiting list. Like, yo, you got Conqueror's Haki. Yeah, I'd say for me personally, I don't feel the hype anymore when Conqueror's Haki is mentioned, or Conqueror's Haki coding. So it's like, I mean, that's just part of the story progression. I don't know if it can be fixed. I don't even think it needs to be fixed. It's just what it is, you know. And the unfortunate part, here's the unfortunate part, right? Here's the unfortunate part that of course I have to make a comparison now, right? The unfortunate part is that it's such a unique ability, and it's such a powerful ability. It should move you every time someone has it. The issue is, because of what it is and how Otis portrayed it, with little to no variation of look, technique, impact, it feels the same, just like every other use of Conqueror's Haki. In comparison to Hunter x Hunter, when you find out someone's a specialist, right? It is not catered or carved out to the specific person when they have Conqueror's Haki coding. So it's not like you can expect a different special ability when someone has Conqueror's Haki coding. All you can expect is just red or black lightning emanating from their weapon or their fist. That's it. So it's nothing to really look forward to, as opposed to when you find out somebody's a specialist, right? It's like, okay, well, okay, what do they have? Why are they a specialist? What can they do? I'm more I think I'm more excited now for like a new chain from Kurapika than like a new Conqueror's Haki coding user. But you know, it's just a different series, a different power system. I do think we should have gone a more like curated Haki route, but you know, it kind of is what it is. It's just, for lack of a better term, it's just boring. Like, I'm more excited to see Loki's transformation, like his devil fruit, than like whatever he can do with Conqueror's Haki or Conqueror's coding. So you're saying this as Conqueror's coding is getting introduced. Do we think Conqueror's coding is still getting introduced? Do we still think this is an introduction? J2 said, I get it, but like we just have set matchups for everyone going forward now, I guess. All while Chopper doing his doctor thing. Yeah. We haven't even seen Logi's, let alone awaken Logi's or Conqueror's coding. But Zebek, here's what's going to happen with Logi's or Conqueror's coding. It's going to be their attack just with lightning. That's it. There's not going to be any, like, what do we think is going to happen with a Logia using Conqueror's Haki coding? Like, for real. Like, what do we think is going to happen? It's just going to be lightning around their attack. I think One Piece as a story has some of the most, if not the most creative as far as manga in all of shonen. So that's why I guess I'm a bit disappointed when Haki is just blah, you know? But this isn't, it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that it is what it is. It just is what it is. It's just, there are many other aspects. We're just pointing out this aspect, and personally how I used to feel when Conqueror's Haki would get mentioned. I don't feel it anymore. I would say I would still get joy. Like if Sanji, if it's found out that Sanji has Conqueror's Haki, I'm gonna be hype, right? But I'm gonna be hyped for way more reasons than seeing him use it. It's more about the narrative around Sanji and how it's been. So Sanji getting Conqueror's Haki, all right. Observation is, I want to say, is by far the best so far, right? It's by far the best as far as creativity and different paths, I guess, right? It's more diverse. Like we've seen different types, different forms of observation, which has made it interesting. Quite frankly, I think Conqueror's Haki is boring, and Conqueror's Haki coding just feels plotty. Yo, hat, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. We've seen the same amount of types of Conqueror's Haki too. What types of Conqueror's Haki? What types? What are we talking about? You talking about like Zoro versus Monet, or like what Rayleigh did versus the animals? And like I said, the chapter was good. The chapter was pretty good. I wouldn't say the chapter was amazing. I don't feel that from this chapter. I would say like more character stuff with Shanks makes it interesting. Some dialogue from Scopper with the lore. I don't think that Harold back and forth was even close to being satisfying. Not even close. This is the end of Harold, and we get basically some fairy tale back and forth, and then Harold is done. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm being too harsh, but this was the end of Harold. This was Loki's reveal for his devil fruit. Could have been, should have been better. Could have been, should have been better. Yeah, it's not even well, it's not the reveal because it didn't get revealed. But I'm disappointed. And it's not because of like what Harold said. I thought that moment with Harold and Loki, it was cute. It was cute. I think, man, I think I wish I would have seen some of this before Harold is on his deathbed. Like some of these moments with Loki, just seeing like at least some inclination of care or rearing Loki to be the next king. We didn't see any inclination of it, and it feels like Harold is just like saying shit because he knows he's about to die, and Loki's his only option. He's like, oh, by the way, Loki, like, you know, thank you for Ida. Oh, also, I think you're gonna be a great king. Oh, of course you're a conqueror. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like this payoff. I didn't like this payoff. I didn't like this payoff. Um, does Cena's change the top 30? Um, um, I mean, it's wonky, right? Because it's saying Harold is implying that he needed Domi or like his powers from Emu to defeat Whirlnir. Loki does it with one hit. Does this mean Loki's stronger than Harold and Rocks? Or stronger than regular Harold without the upscale? And this is Loki without the Devil Fruit and without Ragnar? But then Harold defeats Scopper and Shanks. Loki defeats Harold, but then we know Shanks defeats Loki years later after getting the Devil Fruit and Ragnar. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Uh I would never, man. I would never. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. I think it's funny. Um Shanks did not beat Loki. Did come to some sort of deal like Harold or deal like Kaido. I I find it difficult or hard to believe that Harold can beat that damn hammer. Very difficult to believe. Very, very difficult to believe that he can beat that hammer. Um, I don't know. I think power scaling wise is kind of all over the place. I had Loki pretty high all time already in my head. Does this upscale him a little bit? Well, now we know he has a double fruit and he has a hammer that's alive. Um, So would I ever put Loki over Shanks? Hell no. But I think Loki's up there. It's hard though. It's just difficult because things are kind of all over the place. It feels really plotty. I don't know. Uh, hey, peace out, Ryolu. Thank you for being here, man. You think Ragnar would have accepted Harold if Harold decided to join Zebek? Like I said, and that's another thing. Even Loki accepting or Ragnar accepting Loki, it's no substance to it yet, right? It just feels like, oh, he hit me over the head. Here it is. Eat the devil fruit. Eat the devil fruit. Here, let's go fight Harold. Bam, 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 bam. Harold's like, haha, you're a conqueror. Kill me. Like, it feels like we just try to like just. I mean, Oda just said in the Jump Festa message that he's like, next year is going to be the most quickened pace that he's ever had. But I, bro, we barely an hour in. We barely an hour in, and we got done like 20 minutes ago. Right? So I'm right, and this chapter is not supposed to come out till next year. So I I didn't like the payoff for Harold and his death. Ragnar felt Loki's will to protect Elbaf. Do we think anybody would have more will to protect Elbaf more than Harold? Somebody please explain Lightning Squirrel to me. Cass said, I'm not gonna lie, Loki liked the chapter. It's not like I didn't like the chapter. I'm whelmed. I'm just not overwhelmed. Harold has no will. No, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about the implication of Harold, where he said, as I am now, which implies that he fought with Ragnar before. Or at least that's how I took it. Right? That's how I took it, that before he fought with Ragnar. So as he is now, he should be able to defeat Ragnar. Maybe am I looking at that wrong? Might have to do with Loki's eyes. I mean, Loki didn't even take his bandages off. That's the thing. Maybe Oda gets into it as to far as to why how Ragnar deems somebody worthy. Maybe when Usopp gets Ragnar or something. Um, right now it feels like we're just like the whole point of this chapter was just to get to that final spread, which is beautiful, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Um, I don't know. I just feel like the chapter is not giving me a lot to work with, substance wise. Like I would like to know what did you see in Loki to deem him worthy? Is it just strength? Right, for Harold, are you saying that you've tried to wield Ragnar and get that devil fruit before? You know, um, Harold said his thoughts of being influenced by emu is probably the first time he had the ambition to claim it. Um, Having the ambition to claim it is interesting. I just I would say this so far with this chapter, I don't feel satisfied. Right, I don't feel satisfied. Um, and I hope we get more explanations in the next chapter. At this point, it feels like we're going past it, and we just go into like because now we got our Harold died. I guess. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing to talk about for real. Doing spoilers, they said the old gen got power cliffed. Um, if you read into it, kinda, right? Kinda. Because if you're saying, all right, again, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but Harold saying, um, I don't know. I got to reread this chapter. Someone at 17, Zebek at 17 after the spoilers dropped. It's just odd. It's just odd. And then Scopper. It looks like Scopper and Shanks were defeated by Harold. And Scopper said he was packing up other God Knights, but this is the first time he's fought someone else that has Conqueror's Haki, and he's fighting with Shanks. Of course, a younger Shanks, but contract Harold. I'm thinking the two that were on the ground. That's Scopper and Shanks, right? I can't even see it. Is that? Those look no, that's not Shanks and Scopper. Those look like regular ass guards. So they didn't get defeated. Those look like regular guards. There's another panel of Shanks defeated. I can't. They're in the you're they're only in the you're the worst. I can't see. Shanks in front of Yaru. Yeah. It's not like they're not defeated. They're just sitting there. You're the worst, you know that? Looks like they're crying. Looks like they're sad. But is that Scopper behind him? Is this just a perspective thing? I don't know. Uh wow. Wow. All I know is Toei finna go crazy with Loki versus Harold. Um I I can't get over the fact that this is the end. Like this was Harold versus Loki, and this is how it ends. Well, the thing is this like is Loki this strong, or is this like the sixth Ranger showing up, right? Is this a sixth Ranger showing up, and then on his initial introduction, he's low diffing everybody, but then once he joins us, then he looks mortal, right? Is Loki going to retain this strength and look that strong? I don't know. I don't see the issue personally. I just think the back and forth paneling wise with Loki and Harold, not great. Not great. Not great at all. We get a swing, we get a kick. Harold, Harold on the ground. Harold hit again. Loki's grabbing Harold. We see his claws, And he talks about him having Congress Haki, and that's it. And then he's done. And then he's like, I love you too. Yeah. Contradictions, facts. Contradictions. That's the name of this chapter. That's a perfect title. This nigga Harold said, show me. He's like, yes, good job. You're a conqueror. I think okay. The more sentimental bits with Ida and Loki talk, I think I more resonate with Loki here. I feel like Loki. I feel like it's a weird thing, right? It's like Loki's in the chapter, and how do I say this? All this is being thrown at him, and he doesn't realize he's in a manga, and so he's like, "Well, what the fuck?" He's like, "What? Oh, Ida, you're gonna be a great king. You gotta kill me." He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." He's like, "For real?" And Harold's like, "Well, we gotta hit these story beats. We gotta get to it." And Loki's like, "Yo, I'm dealing with real emotions. Like, I've been wanting my dad. And now, like, at the end, this is when you finally say, like, dad shit to me. But now I gotta kill you." Like, this is one of the first times, a few times that you've been, like, in father mode and you're about to die and I gotta do it. Like, this is unfair. This is very unfair, dad. You know, great final panel. Very tumultuous way to get here. I think we could have gotten here better. Maybe should have been split into a couple of chapters, explore or flesh out Loki's worthiness, right? I think Loki versus Harold should have had a more satisfying conclusion. Not necessarily the final panel and the conversations they had, but maybe the back and forth, right? Maybe maybe the dialogue is happening while they're fighting. Like Harold is bleeding out, Loki's bleeding a little bit, and it's like the pain is coming from the fact that he has to do that. We has to whittle him down, and Harold is fighting off the contract while it's telling Loki all of these things in the midst of the fight, right? Where he's going back and forth between sentience and Emu, and he's like, "Yo, Loki, I'm proud of you," right? Like he's like, "I'm so proud of you," and he's like attacking him, and Loki's like trying to defend it, right? It's like just a more, so I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. I just wanted more. I just wanted more. Yeah, I don't know why the hell Hyridan thought the Marimera was gonna get. What do you thought the Marimera was gonna do, Hyridan? I This is not a satisfying conclusion to Harold's life. Thoughts on Harold as a character? I think he's a beautiful character. I think he's a flawed character, um, a honest character, a noble character. I think the problem with Harold is just um, naive. Naive. That's the story of his life. Um, Odin's death over Harold's death. I think, I yeah, but I think for Harold's death is just it could have been up there. It's just I feel like Oda just sped through it. You know, um, like try it. I appreciate it, man. 6 months is Love your content. Akainu versus Rocks. What diff? Akainu versus Rocks. What diff? Akainu versus Rocks. I'd say high diff. High diff. What would you rather, the God Knights and what would you rather be, the God Knights and the Elder weakness, and Elder's weakness to immortality be instead of ACOG? Oh, what would you rather, the God Knights and Elder's weakness to immortality be instead of ACOG? Here's the thing: I don't mind the weakness being ACOG, right? Like, I really don't mind it being ACOG. I just think ACOG is just kind of boring, right? Like, ACOG is kind of boring, and I think it creates a very. Here's what it does, right? It was either going to be one of two things. It's either going to create a vacuum that only people that have conquerors are going to be relevant, or the people that have immortality, which seems to be the meta, going against Emo and company. Or two, you have to make them weak enough where one person with conquerors can take out multiple people. So what happens is Oda went the other route where they're weak enough so that one person with the conquerors or conquerors coding can take out multiple people that can reach. So it just dumbs down this ability and it make it seem way more gimmicky than it probably should. The payoff will be worth it when Loki goes full shirtless. J.R. Smith on Shanks next chapter for not taking Harold's place. Okay, maybe. Sanji got it now. It's boring. Maybe that's what it is. That nigga got it? Oh, okay. All right. That's enough. Let's have some standards. I literally thought it was gonna be the power of love to justify Get Brown a warrior of love. Dark fist of love and give the Mara no more weight. Nope, just Congress Haki coding. That's it. Just Congress Haki coding. Yeah, it's the most important thing to note here is in this chapter, other than Loki eating a devil fruit and squirrel near, is the fact that the God Knights went after Shanks time and time again, and they failed. So they saw Shamrock, they saw Shanks on the crew, and they got out. Shanks is on Roger's crew, and they were like, yo, we need him back, bro. Like, we need him back. And Roger essentially protected Shanks from the God Knights until they disbanded. So I guess Shanks was fighting. So at that point, after Shanks left Roger's crew, he didn't interact with any God Knights, even after he wasn't on, even after he became a famous pirate in his own right. No God Knights went after him because it seemed like he's saying, "Oh, they're affected by this." Well, he said you're familiar. He doesn't say that. He says you're familiar. So maybe he did. Conquerors basically went back to fodder control. It's a full circle moment, indeed. I mean, because like Oda's made the God Knights essentially fodder for the Conquerors, so it's going to be able to pack up multiple, God Knights with one Conqueror. Diamond Wolf says Loki, I'm flirting with Pete Kaido over Roger. If this is any indication, if I take this chapter super seriously and go off of what Harold is saying, how Loki did him, even Shanks and Scopper, Loki should be above Harold and Rocks. In my head, if I'm using all this chapter and I'm scaling off this chapter, Loki should be above Harold and Rocks. But what? I don't know how to view this chapter with Loki. I don't know how to make sense of it because he loses to Shanks, or Shanks stops him from going to the Holy Land, or Shanks. But the thing is, Shanks stopped him, and then he got imprisoned again. So it's like, did he lock himself up? Did Shanks talk no jutsu him? But then Luffy is implying that he's stronger. Where it's like, if he does anything, I can take care of him. So, like, is Luffy Gear 5 stronger than Peak Rocks and Peak Harold? Y'all see y'all see what's happening? Like, it's yeah. Luffy felt fairly confident that he could take care of Loki. So it's new gen over old gen. I don't know. Luffy just talked like that when Zoro with him. I generally don't know who's packing Gear 5 at this point. I got like probably 15 people that can pack Gear 5. Nah, uh it does make the top 30 herky jerky. It does make it the top 30 like weird with this chapter. It makes it very odd. Where I'm like, are we overrating the old gen? You know? Other than Blackbeard, who's clapping Gear 5 1-on-1, I'd say Luffy still loses to Mihawk. Yep. Yep. And obviously, if I think she loses to Mihawk, yes, he loses. Thanks. Um. um. Akainu beats Loki. I know, not Loki. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Gosh, I think you overrating Gear 5, bro. I think you slightly overrating Gear 5. I think Gear 5 is cool, but that limit. Nobody's beating Luffy 5, bro. We just saw Luffy losing Gear 5. What you mean? You just saw it. Maybe the old gen is getting power clipped except Whitebeard. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, this chapter, but in that limit, that nigga's jump roping Yoru. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like where I think what we're doing is thinking of Gear 5 and the potential of it and saying, well, Luffy's gonna overwhelm everybody within that time span. Within the time span. And the stronger the character, the more he's gonna have to try, the more he's gonna have to exert himself. That limit is gonna be a problem. A major problem against these top tiers. Right? Like Kizaru essentially was sandbagging. And Luffy basically got pushed in Gear 5. And so it's I think Kaido still gets him. I think Big Mom still gets him. Kuzan, Prime Ray. Um, when did Kizaru beat Luffy in Gear 5? He just ran out of stamina. Why do niggas think stamina is not part of fighting? I like how niggas like separate stamina from fighting. And like, well, nah, he didn't lose, he just ran out of stamina. My nigga, if you run out of stamina, you lose. If you run out of stamina, you lose. That's what happened to Jake Paul. That's what happened to Andrew Tate. Like niggas is like, yo, but if you give Luffy infinite stamina, he can beat anybody. Of course. Of course. He ran out of time. He didn't lose. Yo, I feel like y'all find different ways to frame the same thing. He ran out of time. He didn't lose. I hear you, bro. Luffy needed to go down because they needed Saturn showcase against Kizaru. I mean, I think the plot is always going to supersede any fights in One Piece. But it's almost like when we talk about Marineford. Funny enough, bringing up Marineford. When we talk about Whitebeard versus Akainu, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares when I say, well, of course, of course, um, Akainu lost in that moment. Because imagine if Akainu packed up Whitebeard. Imagine how terrible that would feel for the reader. After losing Ace, after all that shit talk, Akainu then kills Whitebeard. It's just not a um it's just not a great story beat. So in that moment, yes, you got to give Whitebeard a quick W because it's redemption for what happened to Ace. That's essential to the plot. Or Akainu going for his chest as opposed to going for his head. It's essential to the plot. But nobody cares. It's like, nah, old beard over all the admirals. Arr. Um, but what I'm saying is, we can't rank Luffy as if Luffy's end of series because he's not yet. We have a huge issue with his powers. Gear 5 is absolutely broken. I think it presents an issue for anybody going against him. But guys still have no respect on Old Beard. He is clashing with Rocks and Roger before his prime. I mean, how far off was his prime though? How much was it? 90% of his prime? 95%? That's tough. I think out of the characters that get respect in One Piece, Whitebeard is up there. I think Whitebeard gets a lot of respect. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be ranking Blackbeard like it's in the series. Blackbeard is one that you gotta like make leaps, honestly, because we see him, right? We see Blackbeard fighting people, and we like, damn nigga, you seem alright. Like you seem strong, but you seem alright. But the thing is, Blackbeard, even in the midst of like all his struggles, typically walks out on the positive end of things. But then we saw him versus Magellan. So we seen Blackbeard lose, so it's like it feels a little different. It feels a little different with Blackbeard. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Marco gets none, but he held off two commanders after a year hiatus. Yeah, I uploaded a clip of me and Sai's top 30. Not all time, but top 30 right now. And Marco is at 29, I think. And a lot of people were caping for Marco. A lot of people were like, yo, Marco was stronger than that. He fought two commanders. He kicked an admiral. And I'm just like, yo, like, that's cool. That's cool. Like, and somebody said Marco did 20% damage on Queen and King. I'm like, where did those numbers come from? Um, I think Marco's fine. I think Marco's cool, but Marco legitimately has no W's. Like not one. And here's the thing. Marco is a nuisance. He is a nuisance. I think he's one of the hardest people to put down, but I think that nigga is one of the hardest people he has problems putting somebody down. I think it would take a lot for Marco to put anybody down, right? Any top tiers down. So um I think Marco's a great support character. Yeah, Luffy, I'm not gonna lie. Luffy and Marco, they beat anybody. Yeah. Luffy and Marco, if Marco had a weapon, I don't understand why nobody informed Marco, yo, get a weapon. Get a blade, get some guns, get some of the shit that Killer has, get a scythe, get a weapon. Like, you know how much stronger Marco would be viewed if he had a weapon? If there was a way to be more potent, get a damn weapon. But I think Marco is okay. Here's what brought Marco down for me. Like I said, I don't know how much time exactly passed between his fight between King and Queen, but if it didn't feel like that much time, and then Marco was like slumped. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. For a while, I thought Marco could fight all damn day. I thought Marco's stamina could last all damn day. Right? Again, I'm not sure how much time passed, but I'm like, damn, Mark, I thought Marco's stamina was like damn near endless. Like he could keep going. That nigga Marco said, the stars have arrived. That nigga Marco said, the stars are here. Let me bow out. This nigga Marco, like, they said Marco was out his prime by Wano. Marco's in his 40s, bro. Out his prime? What are we talking about? Out his prime? I mean, yo, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's like, man, LeBron was out of his prime when he went back to Cleveland, dog. He went back to Cleveland, he was out of his prime. Bro. Nah, Toei did hate. I ain't gonna lie, Toei did hate on that moment because it said the star has arrived. I was like, what the fuck? What you mean the star has arrived? It's two of them. And here comes Zoe. I'm like, Marco, right? Marco, what we got going on? Marco, I think Marco's older than Shanks and Blackbeard. I think he's slightly older. But he's around the same age. Like, nah, I think Marco, was it Kyrie? That Bron and Kyrie pick? That's how Marco was looking at Whitebeard every time he coughed. Like, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, man. This nigga, I don't know how much longer this nigga got. They're like, nah, he's the strongest man in the world. Do you even believe that? I think I could beat his ass right now. Like, all right, all right. All right, Mr. Polo, chill out. He's like, well, damn, this nigga can't even go to the bathroom by himself. Damn, bro, we might have to. Marco, what are you saying? I'm just saying, like, I don't know how much longer we gonna, man. Like, I applied for this tech job, got some good benefits. I'm just saying, like, y'all might want to think yourselves. Look at him. Got a fucking sleep apnea machine. Like, oh, nigga. I think Marco was gonna fake his death in Marine. He was gonna fake his death. That was his plan all along. Marco, that was his plan all along. He was gonna fake his death, be reborn, and then go retire and be a doctor somewhere. Like, I don't know, but I think automatically characters like Marco they fall to the bottom of lists because they have little to no redeeming qualities, right? Like Marco, he kicks pretty hard. Like he's physically pretty strong. He overpowered an admiral. He sent another admiral flying, able to send king and queen flying, right? So physically, he's pretty strong, but the attacks aren't potent. everybody gets up from his attacks relatively okay. I think Aokiji took more damage from Josu's shoulder tackle than Marco's kick. That ass, right? So it's just the issue is when you don't give Marco a redeeming quality or something to upscale like Conqueror's Haki, he's just automatically going to fall to the bottom of the list. And then when he's in Marco's in Wano, and this could be like one of those like things where the next generation, they want the younger generation to figure it out. We got King and Queen, they're terrorizing Wano, they killed your mans, right? Killed your mans, right? Odin got killed by these niggas. And you're like, the stars are here. Nigga, if y'all don't jump these niggas, if you don't tag team and jump so we can beat these niggas' ass, Marco did that, fought them by himself for like, I want to say a good 3 minutes. And then Marco dipped out. Marco did nothing after that. Of course, he had the whole ice only things that he was doing, which was very important. Very important. But for the most part, Marco was chilling again. Marco was chilling. Marco was like, shit, they ain't got shit to do with me. This ain't got shit to do with me. This is Odin's problem. Right? Like, Marco could have jumped in and fight. Marco said, I'll never forget. That nigga was so hype. Ooh, the stars are here. I like Marco, though. I ain't gonna lie. How the mighty have fallen. If y'all, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If they say would have messed up power scaling, bro, power scaling already messed up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I love the character more than I loved Marco and Marineford. Right? Oh man. Oh man. Oh god. Marco and Marineford. I was like, they can't even beat this nigga. They had to handcuff this nigga, bro. Damn, this nigga cold. Right? But then we had the handcuff situation with, I think it was Doberman. It was Doberman handcuffed him. And then he had this nigga flying in the air, right? Like nothing matters. This nigga just flying in the air. And then here comes fucking Garp. Sit your low ass down. He's like, what hit me? Or was it Onigumo? The Onigumo handcuffed him. He got pierced by Kizaru. This nigga Marco's like, ah! I'm hit. No, Yaji. Dad, how good was Marineford Marco? Special. I ain't gonna lie. I was a Marco stan. I went back to my 2015 or 2016 top 30. Y'all wanna know where I had Marco? Yo, y'all guess where I had Marco in 2016, y'all. In 2016, where I had Marco on my top 30, bro. I was like, the fuck? Dog, I had Marco. I had Marco at 13. 13. I believed in the kid, man. I believed in the kid. I was like, yo, he can fight against Admirals. He can fight against Admirals. Look like that sauce. He was saucy. He was saucy, bro. He was my favorite character in One Piece Burning Blood. Like, he was just saucy. Like, the flames, when he said, yo, you can't just hit the, we say you can't just hit the king or some shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga Marco, like, what? Like, he was like a general on the battlefield, bro. I love Marco Marineford, dog. I thought we was gonna see some of that in Wano, in Onigashima, bro. Damn, Mark. That shit hurt me. No, Magellan is not even on the list for a lot of people just because like we can't scale him. Has anyone's stocks dropped like Marineford Marco? I want to say nobody's stocks dropped more than Kid at the beginning of Onigashima. When we saw Killer's sound attack, I think collectively as a community, as a fan base, we were like, this is atrocious. This is atrocious. Kids' stocks, because it was right after, we can hurt Kaido with attacks. And then Killer managed to hurt Kaido. I was like, ain't no fucking way. Here's the thing. I think Jack's stocks dropped because King and Queen said Jack's stocks should drop. I don't understand how niggas just started hating on Jack like Jack wasn't him. Like Roger posted his clip from the Reverie, the Agenda Reverie, and I saw people replying under it on Twitter, and we don't back and forth. Twitter's trying to respond to them, but they're going like this. They said we're gonna act like you didn't use gas. I wanted to say, bitch, we ain't gonna act like these niggas wasn't taking turns for 5 days. We gonna act like these niggas wasn't doing that for 5 days. Are we serious? Yes. At this time, it's time to use the gas, nigga. These niggas is going home, making breakfast, taking a nap. I'm fighting the entire time. Here comes the next nigga again. Are you kidding me? Yes, I'm gonna use some damn gas on y'all niggas. Are you? And then after that, right? After that, I'm gonna take y'all limbs, I'm gonna leave. And after fighting for 5 days interchangeably against 2 niggas, you would think Jack would go home. Jack said, nah. You want me to go? Oh, you want me to go get? I'm on that. Who's there? What? A former fleet admiral, an admiral, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care who's there. He got packed up now. But he's a fucking demon. And after that, Jack went home. No, he didn't go home. He went back. Right? He went back again. Yo, stop playing with him, bro. Stop playing with him, dog. I don't understand, like, the revisionist history on Jack. I don't like that, bro. That's crazy, bro. Niggas trying to play with Jack, bro. Niggas trying to play with Jack. It was hard to convince me Queen was stronger than Jack. Facts! That's a fact! But now everybody on that, Jack is trash. Bro, when that first billion berry bounty hit, y'all can tell me nothing. And when Inuyasha and Nekamushi, they was like, yo, we were really strong, but there was one man we couldn't overcome. That was Jack the Drought. And we were even taking turns, going back and forth every 12 hours, and we still couldn't beat Jack the Drought. Are you kidding me? The strongest niggas that was with Jack was Sheep's Head. Sheep's Head. That was his number 2. Fucking Sheep's Head. And they had the entirety of Zoe. And that nigga stood his ground. Bro, stop playing with him. Stop. That's enough. Now here's the thing. How many commanders could have done that in Zoe? Quite a few. But Jack, bro, I think the thing is, like, a lot of niggas weren't there. Like, niggas are reading Zoe now, right? And they catching up to Zoe. They see 1 billion, it doesn't move them. When they see 1 billion, it doesn't move them. Because they already seen 3 billion, 5 billion. When we saw 1 billion, it moved us. It affected us. Because we had never seen a Billy before. A Billy? And even Kaido even said, yo, Jack, it's not that you were weak. Them niggas strong, bro. You strong, G. Ultimately, what the hell did King and Queen accomplish? Let's be for real. What the hell did King and Queen accomplish? This nigga Queen was fighting Sanji and smacking hoes because she didn't want his ugly ass. Right? What was Queen doing? And King didn't say nothing meaningful until Zoro. Nothing. Nada. It was ellipsy. Nothing. I guess he was mogging Zoro. I guess so. This nigga Queen was fighting against hoes. Man, Jack fought against all the musketeers, didn't he? Didn't Jack fight against all these niggas? Sicilian and them niggas? Yo, Jack fought against Ashra Doji. Yo, y'all gonna stop playing with Jack, bro. Y'all gonna stop playing with Jack, dog. I'm just saying, bro. Initiative. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the commanders that Kaido had, the one I'm bringing with me is Jack. If I had to make like my crew out of these commanders, I'm bringing Jack with me. I'm bringing Cat with me. Fuck it, give me Vista. Give me Vista. Give me Vista too. Give me Vista too. Who else? That's a solid 3. That's a solid 3. That's a solid 3. That's a solid 3. Yo, I ain't gonna cap. If you can talk the strongest swordsman in the world, if you can have him, if you gotta have him talk you down, I need you on my crew. I need you on my crew. Give me Dillinger. I don't know. Give me Dillinger. Give me Dillinger. Who else I'm rocking with? Fuck it. Give me Cracker. Give me Cracker. Give me Cracker. I'm gonna let this nigga like, yo, don't have any of your bodies in the fray. Just bring the biscuit soldiers. You stay from a distance. All right. Give me Cracker. Yeah, bro. Dillinger is a sleeper. Gladius is a sleeper. Sanji or Zoro? I mean, it depends on how my crew is formulated. If I want strictly like strength and anchor, then I'm going Zoro. If I need maybe a more versatile, component to the crew, I might go Sanji. But more often than not, you need firepower and potential. Now, I did see the magazine screenshot that's floating around where Oda said that they're equal, they're even. And people are like, yo, if Sanji and Zoro ain't on the same level, on the same thing, then this is fraudulent. And I'm like, okay. All right. All right, Oda. What do your eyes tell you? What does the story tell you? I'm not saying Oda's wrong or whomever wrote that shit. But but it's like, here's the logic, bro. Here's the logic that Oda's saying. Oda himself said, basically saying that Conqueror's Haki is the key to everything, right? And that if you don't have Conqueror's Haki, you're pretty much useless. And then you're saying that Sanji without Conqueror's Haki is equal to. I'm sorry, suspension of disbelief. And I don't even know if Oda wrote that. It's gonna be like, well, Oda approved it. Oda was like, sure, whatever. And like I said, I don't think it's a huge gap between Zoro and Sanji, but there's a gap. So Zolo needs Conqueror's Haki to be ahead of Sanji. I think Sanji closed the gap personally once he got his exoskeleton. I think that was his greatest weakness. I thought it was like genuinely Zoro was clearly stronger before the exoskeleton because of Sanji's durability issue. After he got the exoskeleton, I thought the gap closed considerably. Personally, I felt like it closed considerably. So, but then Zoro got Enma, and then he got Conqueror's Haki, and so I don't know. I think it's one of those situations, right, where okay, Oda says Zoro and Sanji are equal, same strength, whatever. Somebody called Oda equal man, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about that ever since. Where Oda is more comfortable to say a character is equal with another character than to try to invest in or take the time to flesh out who would possibly win. It's just easier to say, oh, they're equal. Oh, they're just the same. Oh, they're just gonna tie. It's, you know. So anyway, but Toei Animators looking at it like, for real? There's strength? Oh shit. Okay. The magazine also said that Garp handled the future Yonko like children. Yo, listen, bro. Sure. Big stepper. Now, good chapter. Good chapter. Definitely had my qualms with it, you know. We'll see if those change through conversation and time. I don't think so. But we'll see. Top 30 tomorrow. The goal is to start. Wally said that guard flexing on Big Mom Kaido and Whitebeard is so Mickey. It's so much context to it, right? It's so much context. It's like Oda does things and he try to like wiggle himself out of it. It's like, well, that's not what I really mean. Top 30 today, actually, because today's the 27th. You're gonna try to get it started around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Top 30 all time. You're probably gonna get into like chapter stuff as well. I'm not sure how many people we have, maybe like 10 or 10 people, something like that. But let me ask y'all, what are the chances like over under 6 people have Sanji on their top 30 all time? Will more than 6 people have Sanji on their top 30 all time? I'm be honest with y'all. My list is not ready. I'm a bit stuck because I have no idea where to go with certain characters. No idea. I'm like, all right, where does Ben Beckman rank amidst all of this? Like, is Scopper over this Admiral in his prime? Like, where do I put Odin? Right? You know, is Zoro already here? Like, I don't know. All time. All time. So basically, where the characters are now in the current story versus the prime of the past. Right? There's gonna be the prime characters of the past. So just where the current characters stack up against the prime characters of the past. So it's not gonna be Oldbeard. Where does Zoro stack up against Prime Whitebeard, Loki, Prime Harold, Rocks, Big Mom, Kaido? No Joy Boy, no Emu. One spot for the Gorosei. Lucci? Oh god. Loki top 5 all time. Cheeky gonna be surprisingly high. Surprisingly high? I don't know. I think if Shiki's high, that's not surprising though. Yeah, no Emu. No Emu. I think like we trying to remove as many boring rankings and placements as possible because 9 times out of 10, top 1 and 2 is going to be Emu and Joy Boy, and that's just off of legend and perceived power. And so it's just like, all right, no Emu, no Joy Boy. Where are we going with it? Ryuma is included. Ryuma can be included. You can rank Ryuma if you feel like Ryuma's top 30. You know, you can rank Ganzui, right? Wang Ji, Shaki, anybody can be ranked except for Emu and Joy Boy. Were Gorosei and Garling the same placement or what? Garling is a Gorosei, so if Garling is a Gorosei you want to use, you got to rank him, and that's it. I got Ganzuri at 30. Were Yuma not ranked? No Davy Jones. No Davy Jones. Yuma top one gonna piss people off. If they feel like Yuma's top one, you know, that's their list. That random Kaido Pirate boxing Luffy, he got to be 30. Shanks and Shamrock equal strength. I will never have two characters equal strength because I feel like ain't no such. Somebody gotta win. But in One Piece, it's so Mickey. It's so Mickey. How many people gonna have Mihawk over Zebek? It depends on the person. I would say, if I had to guess, I would say maybe 3 people have Mihawk over. I think most people have current or old. I feel most people gonna have old characters, just because the perceived strength and they have less things against them. So I think Scopper might be over Admirals for some people. I think a lot of these characters that we've seen, they're gonna have like negatives that people gonna be like, I don't know about that. A Jinbei sneak. If Jinbei sneaks into this shit, I might ban who puts him in. Whoever puts Jinbei on the top 30 all time when Jinbei can barely make top 30 current, this might be his last hoorah. Ooh, Fisher Tiger. Yeah. Niji, PG, Bound, Janori, all gonna have Mihawk over the back. I think 3 people will. Jinbei on this damn list is crazy. How many Kongs? Oh God, I forgot about him. Oh, I think he probably deserves to be on the list, but in my mind, he doesn't even feel like a character. So I guess you could place Kong around like Sengoku and Garp, but behind them, Zephyr technically is in canon. It has to be a canon character. Because then if we start rating, like throwing Bondi World and fucking Bullet in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Prime Zeph. I mean, if you think Prime Zeph is top 30 all time, like, you know? Prime Donchin Jiao force Garp to go train. But what about a Prime Smoker, you know? Something to consider and think about. Prime Shiki. Prime Ochoku is hard. He held Pirate Island for so long. It's going to be hard to keep Wanji off my list. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard to keep him off my list. I think he was basically operating like a Yonko. Uta? Ugh. Please. Consider Donchin Jiao. All right. It's just like, do you think Prime Donchin Jiao is stronger than King? Is Prime Donchin Jiao stronger than current Zoro? Is Prime Donchin Jiao stronger than Green Bull? You know? And it's like, you got to think about what Oda said, that this form of Donchin Jiao forced Garp to go train. Now, Garp one-shot him after that. But I'm sure the barbell gas is asinine. I'm not gonna lie, I might have Prime Donchin Jiao over some first commanders. I can see it actually. I can see it. Dorian Brogy, nowhere near my list. Anime Dorian Brogy, we're thinking about it. But Garp being forced to train after fighting Chinjiao is nasty. It's so nasty. Hey, welcome to One Piece. I don't know. But all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Again, good chapter. We'll have discussions around the chapter during the top 30. Chuck said, we still going. Yo, Chuck, you pulling up tomorrow, Chuck? Let me know if you're gonna be there, Chuck. I need a random Saul insertion on the list. I need Saul on the list. Yo, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. sharp. EST sharp. Be there or be square. The fuck does that even mean? But we gonna be on time. All right, 8 o'clock sharp. All right. Anything happen tomorrow? Oh, this football games. Football games tomorrow. But yeah, all right. Y'all be safe. Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.